So one of the things you often hear if you're new to motorcycling or not new to motorcycling, doesn't really matter if you're just around the damn things, debate will pop up. Loud pipes save lives. You hear that phrase all the time. Hear it as a justification for why, I got myself a Cobra exhaust kit for my cruiser, or I got myself a Dan Moto for my sport bike. No, I got myself an aftermarket pipe to make it louder, supposedly to make it safer. That's one of the things you hear people talk about. They say it under the guise of, people will be able to hear me coming and they'll be more aware. Honestly, I don't find that to be true, at least personally. Now, the theory is, if I have a louder vehicle, you'll be able to hear me coming. And you'll hear something that doesn't sound quite normal with the regular flow of traffic. Now, that's a good idea. Like, it sounds okay. It sounds like it makes sense. It passes the sniff test. But, in all reality, it doesn't. It's bro science. Because you got to think about it, everybody sitting there in their car. I get to go through and not put my leg down. Nice. Because it's a nice summer day right now. I'm looking at all those cars there. You can see most of them had their window up. Now, I can't hear what they have going on. Maybe they have music on. Maybe they're talking on their cell phone, hopefully through some sort of Bluetooth communicator or device, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, something along those lines. They probably have their air conditioning on. Like, if you've been in a car made in the last 10 years, you're probably, if you actually think about it, if you actually sit there and experience the car, you're going to notice something. It's quiet in there. Road noise, outside noise, tire noise, they've all been mitigated down to almost nothing. I mean, there's electric vehicles that just make, the only noise that they make is the sound of the tires going down the road. I mean, hell, even the regular internal combustion engine cars, they're quiet. They don't make much of a engine tone. There's some of them that actually have a little tiny speaker somewhere in the cabin that makes fake engine noise, and you press on the accelerator, your chips go through their little program and determine where the throttle position has been and make a little vroom noise for you. Yeah, basically the cabin is a sealed off experience from the road anymore. And it takes a lot of noise to overcome all that insulation and the radio going and the AC fan spinning. Your child in the back seat complaining. Your wife looking at you disdainfully. Hey, you got a lot going on in that cabin. If you're sitting there in the car, actually observe how much of the road you actually get to experience through your ears. You're going to be surprised it's not much, because it's just a blind noise to you. People are really good at putting out information that they don't need, just getting it out of their head. Doesn't qualify in the equation, so it doesn't even get noticed. So the thought is, you take your really loud exhaust pipe, that'll break the equation. Another red light, Shit. That dude. Yeah, it doesn't really fall into the equation of your noise. Yeah, add to the fact, the physical properties of stuff like the Doppler effect, where sound is traveling in a direction, and it's going to change noise and pitch, and it's not going to move in a way that you think it will. That loud pipe, the amount of noise that you would really have to make to break through all that anti-noise vibration harshness stuff that's in the cabin of a modern car. You need earplugs. You'd sit there and you'd get a migraine after about 10 minutes of riding. It's not really a feature when you think about it that way. And personally, the loudest bike that I ever owned is the only one that I ever wrecked with another vehicle. The long and short of it, this guy wasn't paying attention while he was making a left turn, and he wasn't signaling, and he saw what he thought was my opportunity. He shot left as hard as he could and hit me. It wasn't my fault at all, and his insurance ended up paying for my next bike, so fuck him. That bike, that was an RD350. That was two-stroke, and it was loud as hell. I mean, you take a dirt bike where it's got that noise, imagine two dirt bike engines. There was no way that that vehicle could have been quiet. And that's the one that got wrecked. My experience is completely against the grain of the, feel-good advice of loud pipes save lives. Now, I'm riding this thing, NC700X. My can's stock. Going down the road, you can't hear me. I can't hear me and I'm sitting on it. I mean, we're going up to a stop sign here. I'm going to show you how exactly quiet this thing is. Alright. That was right up against the rev limiter. Just wasn't loud at all. I want to go this way. But anyway, when it comes down to, loud pipes and that'll help you get noticed, honestly, it really won't. Like that car there is probably nice and silent inside. I'm all for loud pipes. I mean, I plan on getting one of those cheap knockoffs and putting it on this and seeing how it works. See if it's worth the $50. Spoiler, it's probably not going to be worth the $50. But don't say that you're modding your exhaust because it's safer that way. Say it because you like the sound. Say it because you think it's cool. Say it because it opens up flow. Breathes better. Runs better. Because it's safer, that's not an excuse. We all know that. Let's just be honest with ourselves and go, I like my machine loud. Because there's nothing wrong with that. But let's knock it off with the pseudoscience that it's pseudo-safe, because we all know better. It's not. Just give up that argument.